Good day, my friends. Our topic ngayon would be electrical transients and resonance. I am Engineer Randy Aliado from MORF Cebu. Okay, let's begin. Let's define what is electrical transients. So, electrical transients is the temporary phenomenon occurring in a circuit network prior to reaching a steady-state condition. So, ibig sabihin ng electrical transient is before a DC signal, a DC voltage or a DC current will reach a maximum value, it would adjust itself maybe from 0 hanggang maximum, or di kaya if turning off naman the switch, it could be from maximum going to 0. So that's what we call electrical transient. So it's a temporary lang, no? Temporary na pangyayari before our voltage or current will reach a maximum value in DC. So it is the period required for the voltages and the currents to adjust themselves to steady state condition after it is turned on. So ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng steady state condition? The steady state condition is the condition ng kuryente at voltahe mo na hindi na sila nagbabago. Steady na yung amount nila. So that is maximum value na nila. Okay, so let's look at the response of a resistor when we close the switch. So the moment we close that switch, we consider it at t equal to 0. So the moment we turn on that switch, ito yung t equal to 0. So because this DC supply only has a resistor dito sa load niya, the moment we turn on the switch, we could expect that the current will directly flow towards a resistance, and current times your resistance basically will give us the voltage drop. So the moment we turn on that switch, automatically the current will rise to its maximum value, flowing to your resistance, and that would also give us automatic maximum voltage across the resistance. So if we will let's say refer this as the voltage across the resistance, so the moment we turn on the switch, then the voltage across the resistance would eventually be equal to the voltage source. So based on Kirchhoff's law, so that would be Vs minus the Vr is equal to 0. So ibig sabihin Vs is now equal to Vr. That's the response of your resistance. So ibig sabihin wala palang transiency resistance, no? So wala palang transiency resistance with respect to current and voltage, because if the moment you turn on the switch over a resistance, there is no adjustment ng kuryente mo at saka ng voltahe mo, no? So hindi sila nag-adjust pa prior to reaching the max. At the moment you turn it on, they automatically go to maximum value and maintain that value until ito turn off muna sila, no? So that's the behavior of resistance. But how about if capacitor or inductor? So yun yung titingnan natin. Ano naman yung behavior ni capacitor at saka inductor the moment we turn on the switch or turn off the switch. So let's look at the DC steady state ng isang capacitor. So capacitor at DC steady state. Now we have turned on this already so that we can identify the steady state of the capacitor. Now we know that in between the capacitor is an insulator, no? So this is a metallic plate sa ilalim, and may insulator tayo sa gitna. So ibig sabihin, in the DC condition of your capacitor, no electrons can flow from this plate to the other plate passing through this dielectric. So in short, the I in this particular network or in this particular circuit is obviously equal to 0. So if the current is equal to 0, then we know that the voltage across this capacitor, so halimbawa meron tayong voltmeter na ilalagay dito, so we'll place a voltmeter. So pag naglagay tayo ng voltmeter dito sa parts ng inyong capacitor na to, we know that the voltage na mababasa natin dito is actually the source, so the open voltage. So pag walang kuryente, maximum yung voltahe across the capacitor. So yun yung DC steady state ni capacitor. In short, capacitors will open at DC. So at DC steady state, capacitors will open, and obviously we know na pag open yung isang switch or isang capacitor, then the current there is equal to 0 and the voltage there is equal to the Vmax or the V supply. So that would be the characteristic of your capacitor when it reaches DC steady state. So we can also prove it using this formula, no? Formula ng kuryente across the capacitor with respect to the change in voltage. We know that in the DC condition, the dV over dt, no, there is no change of dV anymore over time. So ibig sabihin, when you reach DC steady state, the dV is equal to 0, no? 0 over dt is equal to 0. So kahit meron pang value ng capacitance yung capacitor mo, the moment yung inyong voltage is no longer nagbabago, hindi na nagbabago dito, no? Then kahit may capacitance ka pa, multiplied mo yan sa change ni voltage na 0, then there will be no current in your capacitor. So kitang-kita natin dito na at DC steady state, looking at its physical condition or physical structure or physical composition, we know it's really open, no? But looking also by this formula, at this formula, we know also na tama talaga, no? Na at DC steady state, capacitors will open, and once it opens, there is no current in your capacitor, and the voltage across your capacitor is maximum or the supply. Kitang-kita natin dyan. Okay, tingnan kaya natin si inductor naman at DC steady state. So let's begin with the physical structure ni inductor. So si inductor is simply just a coil of wire. So wire lang talaga siya. So ibig sabihin, kung wire lang si inductor, when this is already at the DC steady state, it basically just acts as a short piece of wire. So if it is just a short piece of wire, it's understood that its resistance is approximately 0 or wala, no? So ideally wala talaga, no? So kaya nga kung wala yung resistance, kahit may kuryente pa nadadaloy dito, even if I is present, if that is having no resistance at all, then we know that the voltage across the inductor will be 0 volts. 0 volt ideally, no? But we also know that the current in that inductor is going max. So what is I max equal to? So in this circuit, the I max is equal to the Vs over the R. So kitang-kita mo dito na kung DC steady state na, si inductor is parang short wire lang. Parang wala lang talaga siya dyan. Parang wire lang talaga siya. Because physically nga, an inductor is just a coil of wire. Yun lang naman yun. So kitang-kita natin, no? In-explain ko yan, no? Kung bakit the VL is equal to 0, di ba? VL is equal to 0. So the VL is equal to 0 for the reason, wala kasi siyang resistance. So even if current will be there, if there is no such thing as resistance, then IR natin, V is equal to IR. I is malaki, R is 0. So V will be 0 pa rin. 0 volt pa rin yung V natin. But the voltage across this inductor can also be computed using kanina, current in the capacitor is equal to C dV over dt. Now, pagdating naman sa inductor, yung voltage across the inductor na ma-induce mo is actually equal din sa L di dt or di over dt. So, ito na, diniscuss natin to sa Faraday's law, di ba? The voltage across the inductor is L di dt. Now, if you are already at the DC steady state, this current is already at its maximum and it can no longer change. Wala nang pagbabago. It cannot go higher nor lower, so it will maintain a specific value of amperes. So if your dI is equal to 0 or the derivative of I, the change of I over time is hindi na nagbabago, then kahit may inductance pa yung ating inductor dito, it can never produce any induced potential or voltage no more. So it means na this will become L times 0 over dt, which obviously equal to 0. So that makes your VL equal to 0 volt. And we know na if 0 yung voltahe mo across that particular component, then it means that that component really have shorted. So na-prove na naman natin dito sa equation na to na pag wala nang pagbabago sa kuryente, wala na ring voltage across your inductor. And that goes also the same as your current sa capacitor. So, para shortcut, alam natin na sa DC steady states, inductor will just short. So, when it shorts, IL is equal to max, but VL will equal to 0 volt. So, yun yung mga tandaan natin. Okay, so alam na natin how a resistor behaves at steady state, how the capacitor behaves at steady state, and how the inductor behaves at steady state. So yung kulang na lang natin is yung temporary condition known as the transient interval or the transient na. Okay, para mas maintindihan natin lalo yung transient, there is a parameter in transient na napaka-significant. We call it the tau or the time constant. So ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng time constant? I'm sure naririnig nyo na to dati pa. So time constant is actually the time where your current or your voltage, depende kung ano yung sinusukat, no? It could be the current in the inductor or the voltage across the capacitor. Sometimes it is the current in the capacitor. Sometimes it is the voltage in the inductor din. No? So, but for its simplest lang talaga na sinusukat, current sa inductor and voltage sa capacitor. To charge and change up to 63.2% of the maximum. So, ibig sabihin, the time constant is time. So, its unit obviously is seconds, no? So seconds yung unit niya because it is a time required for the current to rise up to 63.2, not up to 100%, because 100% is the maximum. So to rise up to 63.2% of the maximum lang, that's the time constant, and we should know how to compute the time constant. So for series RC circuits, we can solve the time constant by just basically multiplying your resistor with the available capacitor, and the unit here obviously is seconds because nga is a time constant. For RL circuits naman, the time constant is solved or can be solved using L over R equation. So L over R. So still the unit here is seconds pa rin. So just remember, no? Formula tayo. Time constant ng RC circuit is just R times C rather. And RL circuits has the L over R na formula. Okay. So, let's now move to the tip before we will proceed with the formulas talaga ng charging, discharging capacitors and inductors. Now, I want you to focus on this equation. E to the negative T. Tapos, ipa-plot natin. E means exponential, no? So, hindi siya linear, exponential na siya. So, that is the growth of your voltage across the capacitor or the rise of current in your inductor, no? So, titingnan natin yung mga values nito para mas maintindihan natin. Okay, so you better prepare your calculators. No? So, I have here a graph prepared. Tapos, we will be talking about these values, kung ano yung mangyayari. No? Now, let's begin with E equal to equal to 0. No? E raised to the 0 rather. No? So, let's use our calculator. Let's just use the function na calc. No? Okay? So, shift E tapos E0 lang muna natin. No? So, alpha x. Ayan. So, calc natin. Let's begin with 0 value. So, at 0, what is the value of E to the ito yung ating value, e to the negative time. Ayan. So, calc natin equals. So, the answer is 1. So, ibig sabihin it would be starting at the maximum. Okay, next, palitan natin ng 1. No? So, negative 1. The time is 1 now. So, nandito na 1. So, ano naman kaya yung 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, those are our partitions with respect to time. Okay, so tingnan natin if we will calculate with negative 1. No? So, negative 1. Negative t. So, negative 1. So, at negative 1, it gives us 36.78. So, ibig sabihin, itong value pala na ito, no? So, galing sa 1, kanina 1, nag-drop siya sa 36.78. So, this is 36.78% from the maximum. So the graph now will look like this, like that. Okay, subukan natin sa negative 2. No? So pag naka negative 2 na tayo, calc negative 2, so that would be 13.53. So ibig sabihin itong part na to sa negative 2 dito is actually 13.53% from the maximum. So let's try sa negative 3 naman, no? So sa negative 3, calc natin negative 3. So that would give you times 100, 4.9 or approximately 5. So itong part na ito is actually nasa mga 5% or 5%. Then sa fourth na time na ito, tingnan natin sa fourth. So calc natin negative 4. So that would give us 1.8. So this is almost 0 na. So this is 1.8%. Then at the end of the 5 na time slot natin, so calc natin negative 5. That would give us shift natin almost 0 na talaga, no? Sa 5. So approximately 0% na to. So if we will plot the graph, we could say na galing siya sa 1 kanina, then nag-drop sa 36.7, then nag-drop siya sa 13.53, then to 5%, then to 1.8% until it reaches to 0. So conclusion natin, kung ganito pala yung gagamitin natin na formula, ibig sabihin pala nito, it is a decaying na graph exponential. So exponential decay pala ito, no? So at least alam na natin na pag yung format natin is e to the negative whatever is the value here, negative of time, then our signal will be coming from the max and going down to 0. So that is one tip, no? Kita natin yan, decay. So subukan kaya natin if gawin natin 1 minus e. Yan, 1 minus e. Tapos ganun pa rin. We will use the time slots na 0, then 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5. But this time, it will be 1 minus e to the negative of 1, negative of 2, negative of 3, negative of 4, and negative of 5. So let's begin with negative of 1. So let's have calc function pa rin, no? 1 minus shift e to the negative of x, so alpha x, and calc natin will start with x equal to 0. So at x equal to 0, you will also start from 0. So ayan, galing ka sa 0. So tingnan natin what will happen at the time na 1. So calc natin 1, so diretso na lang kasi naka-negative na yung x natin. So it goes, ay naka-negative na yung x natin. So diretso na tayo sa 1, no? So 0.63, 63.2. So ibig sabihin yung level na to is 63.2%. This part right here. So how about if mag-2 na tayo, no? So calc natin, tapos punta tayo sa 2. Ayan. So 86.46. So itong part na to is 86.46% from the 100, no? So let's continue to calc, tapos 3. Kita natin, uy, 95 na, no? So this is almost 100 na, no? So this is 95% already, no? That is 95%. Now sa 4 naman tayo, so calc tayo sa 4th slot natin. That is 98, so that is almost na talaga, no? So 98%. Then how about sa 5th natin na slot? So calc natin sa 5. So that is almost 100% or 99% na. So if you will plot the graph, it should look like this. Ayan. And we know that this graph is a rising graph. So alam na natin ngayon na pag ganito pala yung format ng ating formula, it means na it's a rise, it's an increase. Pero kung wala itong 1 minus, it's a decrease. So dyan pa lang alam na natin kung ano yung mga gagamitin natin ng mga formulas later if we will be asked with the behavior of current or the behavior of voltage sa ating mga components. Basta't alam natin na pag yung susukatin natin is increasing, we will be using 1 minus e as the percentage. But if we will look at a component that yung parameter natin na susukatin is decreasing, then we can use the e to the negative t na equation because that represents a decaying na exponential. So pag ganito yung graph natin, normally tatawagin natin itong charge Tapos pag yung kanina, pag ganito yung graph natin, that is a discharge. So in a capacitor na charging, ito yung gagamitin natin sa voltage. In a capacitor na discharging, ito naman yung gagamitin natin sa voltage. So alam na natin yung equation natin na gagamitin if alam natin yung behavior ng ating equation with respect to your time. Okay, so based sa ating natutunan so far, alam natin na there could be 5 time slots, no, in which you could reach up to 100%, and there are also 5 kanina in which you could reach from 100% back to 0%. Okay, so now let's look at the capacitor that is charging. Okay, now in transients, there are 2 ways na magkakaroon ng adjustment yung inyong electrical parameter, such as yung voltage at saka yung kuryente mo. It's the moment you turn it on and the moment you turn it off or you discharge it. So dalawang conditions yan. So we will begin with the moment we turn on the switch. Okay, now take note that there are 2 components na nakikita na dito. One is a resistor and the other is a capacitor. So the moment, let's look at the voltage across the C and the voltage across the R. So this is the voltage across the C and this will be the voltage across the R. And take note, they form such like a voltage divider. So and this is the source Vs. So without without moving to the actual na mangyayari dito, let's have a little exercise na, no? So if halimbawa this is 10 volts, if 0 dito, ano dito? So 10. So if this is 10 volts, then 5 dito, ano dito? 5 din. So kumbaga madi-divide lang yung voltage natin. Okay, so let's begin. Now, when the switch is turned off and let's say the capacitor is initially uncharged, then the voltage across this capacitor obviously is 0. Now when the resistor is open also to the voltage source, then the voltage across the resistor also begins at 0. So doon tayo nagsisimula sa 0. Okay, now what will happen? The moment you turn on the switch, the moment you turn on the switch, what do you think will happen to the voltage across the capacitor? Will it rise kaagad or will it be maintained muna at 0 and it grows exponentially? So yun yung titingnan natin. Now the moment you turn on the switch, what will happen really is that this capacitor will sense the rising of this voltage. So magkakaroon siya ng rise ng voltahe, in which that amount of rise is napakabilis, napakabilis from 0 to maximum value yan. So there is a great increase of voltage na masisense niya. But that great increase of voltage is hindi ganun kadaling magbago across the capacitor. So bakit? Because yung increase ng voltage na yun na napakabilis is makikita lang ni resistor but never ni capacitor. So what really will happen is that the moment we turn this on, the current in your capacitor will go to maximum. The current in the capacitor will go to maximum, and that is DC. Okay, so balikan natin yung equation natin. So we know that the current in the capacitor is equal to the C dV over dt. Now take note that the moment you turn this on, there will be a great change of voltage. So a great change of voltage across your capacitor creates a great increase of current across the capacitor, and actually the moment you turn this on, this capacitor acts like a shorted switch. So that is how capacitors behave at a great change of voltage. So pag lakas ng change ng voltage dito over time, because it happens so fast, then the current in this capacitor will be maximum. And if the current here is maximum, that would still create a voltage across the capacitor equal to 0, but that is not true anymore across the resistor. So the moment we turn this on, the voltage across this resistor will rise to the voltage equal to the source. Here, lalaki yung voltahe sa inyong resistor. Abrupt yung pagbabago ng voltahe niya at the moment you turn on the switch. But how about a time na lilipas? So at time na lilipas na yung ating condition, hindi na to mananatili sa 0 but eventually will rise, but it cannot rise the same as the resistance na automatic siya magra-rise sa dito na magnitude. So para malaman natin, this is how it will behave. Because nga yung ating voltahe is dahan-dahan na aangat, then we can use the equation na 1 minus e to the negative of your time over the time constant. So ito na yung formula natin. So 1 minus e to the negative time over the time constant multiplied to the maximum value na Vs. This will now become our Vc. Kasi ito na yung time na tinutukoy natin kanina. So for example Vs times 1 minus e to the negative, what is our time? Let's say itong time na to, we will consider this as the time constant. So if this time is the same as the time constant, then we can simply put our time here, which is now equal to the time constant divided by the time constant. So that really is just equal to Vs times 1 minus e to the negative 1. Why? Because negative tau over tau is 1, negative 1. And we know that this would really, this will give us how much? 63.2% sa kanina. So ito na yun, 63.2%. So what happens is, at the end of this first time constant, from 0, the voltage across the capacitor will eventually reach 63.2% of the maximum. And as time increases to the second time constant, like 2 tau, that would be e or 1 minus e to the negative 2. In which kanina, it would reach up to mga 80 na, di ba? And hanggang aabot siya sa 5 tau, na that would be 99% na. And that would be considered as DC steady state. So dito is DC steady state na yung condition mo dito. So itong part na ito yung adjustment period ng voltahe mo the moment you turn on the switch. So pag turn on mo ng switch, yung voltage mo cannot rise kaagad kagaya ng kay resistor. So yung voltage across the capacitor is dahan-dahan siyang angat exponentially until it reaches the steady state. But yung tanong is, gaano katagal ito? Napakasimple. Gaano katagal yung time na yan? Yung sagot niyan is, how much? 5 time constant. So 5 time constant yung entire adjustment time mo ng capacitor from 0 going to maximum. And ito na yung maganda. How about the voltage across the resistor? Now, if the voltage at the capacitor is already max, ano yung nangyari sa capacitor mo? Diba? If yung voltahe ni capacitor is nagiging maximum na, ano na ngayon yung nangyayari kay capacitor? So, ibig sabihin, if the voltage across the capacitor is already max, like I can read the maximum voltage source dito across the terminal, then it simply means na yung aking capacitor is nag-open na pala. So, nakita nyo, that is the DC steady state kanina ng capacitor. Nag-open siya. So, if you will compare, the moment we turn on the switch, what happens to the capacitor? It was shorted. Why? Because the voltage is equal to 0, but the current rise to maximum, creating a voltage across the resistor na Vs, that is at time equal to 0. But dahan-dahang nag-increase yung inyong voltahe sa capacitor hanggang nagkaroon siya ng voltage na equal na sa source. So if the voltage across the capacitor is already equal to the source, then it simply means that your capacitor is now open. So pag open yung capacitor, then this IC will now equal to 0 ampere. So ibig sabihin, pag yung IC ko is 0 ampere na at the end of the 5th time constant, then what is the drop of my R if this current nga is 0 na? So if this current is 0, even with the value of R, then this VR will go to 0 volt. Kailan yan nangyari? When the capacitor opens. Kailan nag-open sa capacitor? When the time reaches 5 time constant. So ibig sabihin, if we plot the voltage across the resistance, nagsimula siya at time equal to 0 na napakalaki, it is equal to the source, but eventually nag-decay siya until it reaches 0 at the end of the fifth time constant. So see the inverse na relasyon ni VC and VR. When VC is 0, VR is max, but when VC goes to max, VR drops to 0. So that's how you behave. And what if yung tanong sa board exam is how much is the voltage across your capacitor at the end of the first time constant? If the Vs is equal to 10 volts, napakadali na lang. Why? Because we know at the end of the first time constant, you will reach 63.2% of the maximum. And what is the 63.2% of the maximum? So 0.632 times 10 volts. So this will give you 6.32 volts. So that would be the answer. So ang dali lang. Pero paano mo nakuha yung 0.632 rada? Diba? Dito yung galing na equation. Ito. Yan. So, kaya nga napaka-importante na alam natin yan. So, summarize natin ng konti. So, to summarize this, the voltage pala across the capacitor that is charging, like yung voltage mo is aangat. We know that the voltage across the capacitor that is charging at any time is equal lang talaga kay Vmax or the supply times yung percentage 1 minus E to the negative time over your tau. But we also know that the time constant in an RC circuit is just a product of your R and your C. So we can simply rewrite this as the voltage at my capacitor at any time as long as it is charging is equal to the voltage source times 1 minus E to the negative time over the RC. So that basically is pareho lang. So hopefully nakita natin yung behavior ng voltahe ni capacitor the moment you turn on the switch. And isa-summarize natin, at T equal to 0, capacitors will short. So if capacitors will short at T equal to 0, then the VC is equal to 0, IC will equal to I max. So ayan. So yun yung mga condition natin at T equal to 0. But at T equal to 5 time constant, we know that the capacitor will open. So mag-open na yung capacitor natin. And when the capacitor is open, yung VC natin will now equal to Vmax. So pag open na yan, alam natin na VC will equal to Vmax and your IC will equal to 0 ampere. So nagbaliktad na yung condition natin. And whatever is the value of your voltage sa capacitor, that would be kabaliktaran naman sa resistor natin. So ibig sabihin, if 0 ka dito, max ka sa VR. Then kung nag-max ka na dito, 0 ka sa VR. So ibig sabihin, if this is 6.32 volts, then this one is 10 minus 6.32 volts. Yun yung voltage niya. Kasi nga, yung VR plus VC will obviously equal to your VS. So yan parati yung ating condition. So hopefully naintindihan ninyo kung paano mag-charge yung ating RC circuit. Okay, so subukan kaya natin yung discharge. Okay, discharging tayo. A capacitor resistor circuit that is discharging naman. Okay, so this is our Vmax pa rin. So our Vmax is equal to Vs, Vmax is equal to Vs. Now, again, if you will just open this circuit, like halimbawa, tinon natin kanina yan, tapos yung behavior kanina yung masusubukan or ma-experience nila, by just opening the circuit, it won't really discharge your capacitor. So the only way to discharge a capacitor is to short the terminals of your capacitor. So if we will still be using this R as the discharge path of our capacitor, so we can simply turn on the switch 1, switch 2, lagyan natin switch 2, then that could discharge our capacitor. That would be switch 1. So assuming na full charge na yung ating capacitor by turning on the switch 1, so pag full charge na steady state na yung voltage ng ating capacitor, and let's say na this is now the time equal to 0 as we discharge it. So time equal to 0 now, dito na magsisimula as we discharge. So at this time equal to 0, we will now close the switch. So pag close natin ang switch, what happens to the voltage across the capacitor is that it will decay. So magdi-decay siya, magdi-discharge na ngayon si capacitor. And as it discharges, ano yung kanyang behavior? Will it be aangat na naman or bababa to 0? Ay, obviously bababa siya sa 0. So it will exponentially decay na naman into something like this. And we know kung paano makuha ito at the end of the first time constant. So at the end of the first time constant, if we want to solve this voltage, then we can say that voltage across the capacitor is equal dito sa maximum value natin, which is Vs, times ano yung decaying natin na graph kanina, di ba? Pag decaying, e to the negative time. Pag increasing, 1 minus e to the negative time. So this would be diretso na, e to the negative of our time. So our time in reference to the time constant. So if lilinawin natin yan, i-expand natin. So the voltage across the capacitor now is equal to Vs times e to the negative t over RC. Bakit RC? Because nga yung tau natin sa RC circuit is just the R and C product. So yun na yung mangyayari. So at the end of the second time constant, 2 tau. So you can just simply place 2 tau over tau. 2 tau over tau, cancel si tau, then that leaves us with 2. And we have solved these values na kanina. So kung tatanungin ka kung gaano katagal magpo-fully discharge yung isang capacitor, then the answer will be the same. It would end at the 5-time constants. 5-time constants pa rin. So to fully charge a capacitor, it would be 5-time constants. To fully discharge a capacitor, it will still be 5-time constants. But there is quite a difference here. Because kanina, kung ano yung voltage mo sa charging capacitor, kung ano yung voltage mo sa capacitor, source minus dun, yun yung voltage sa resistor, di ba? Yun yung kanina, kung ano yung voltage sa capacitor mo, i-subtract natin yung sa source voltage, yun yung voltage ni resistor. But dito, kung titingnan natin, habang nagdi-discharge si capacitor, wala namang ibang resistance na nakikita dyan, kundi yung R. So, if si capacitor yung nagiging voltage source natin, sa lahat ng panahon, kung ano man yung voltage ni capacitor, yun din yung drop ni resistor. Because sa Kirchhoff's law nga, walang mawawalang voltahe dapat. So, kaya nga, if this is the plot of graph sa voltage across the capacitor, then it should also follow na yun din yung plot sa graph ni voltage across the resistor. Ganun din dapat. So, pareho lang sila, no? Hindi pag lumalaki yung voltage ni capacitor, liliit na yung voltage ni resistor. Totoo lang yun kanina pag charging. But during discharging, whatever is the voltage in your capacitor, that would also be the voltage reflected to your resistor. So in short, the V across the R is still equal to the maximum voltage times e to the negative t over tau. Or we can simply say na yung VC mo is equal to the VR. So ganyan. Okay, so that's how you discharge a capacitor with an R. So ngayon, pupunta tayo sa charging RL naman. So ito wala nang problema. The only difference ng charging capacitor and charging inductor is that sa capacitor yung tinitingnan natin is voltage, but sa inductor yung tinitingnan natin is current. So kuryente yung titingnan natin, IL, current across the inductor. So at the steady state, this L will just short. So the only maximum current that we can see here is the source divided by the R. So ito na yung Imax natin, Vs over R. So that will be the value dito, itong value na to. Okay, so let's begin at time equal to 0 the moment you turn on the switch. So the moment you turn on the switch, the current in the inductor cannot rise kaagad. Bakit? Because meron siyang inductance in opposition to the change in current, so it will begin from 0. And at the end of the first time constant, it will rise papunta dito. Ayan. At the end of the fifth time constant, it will again go to maximum steady state condition. This is steady state condition. So yun na yung behavior niya. And kung makikita natin, IL based sa graph na ito, alam natin na pag e to the negative 1, negative time, decay. 1 minus e to the negative time, rise. So because this graph is rising, then whatever is the value of current na gusto natin kunin sa lahat ng time na yan, sa tinatawag na transient time or transient interval, then it will equal lang kay Imax 1 minus e to the negative time with respect to your time constant. But alam din natin na yung time is equal, or time constant ng RL circuit is actually equal to L over R. So kaya nga po dito yung sabihin na Imax times 1 minus e to the negative time over L over R, which can still be written as Imax times 1 minus e to the negative R over L times time. So that would now be our equation para mahanap yung IL sa kahit anong time sa inyong circuit. So kitang-kita natin dito na what really is importante is ito. So talaga, no, kung hindi mo alam kung paano gamitin to, then mahihirapan kang maggawa ng sarili mong formula. So what we are actually doing here is we are creating our own formula. We're not memorizing these formulas, but we are understanding how the graph works and reflect it into a formula. So kitang-kita natin dito na basta diretso ka na e to the negative t, it means discharging ka na graph. Pero pag 1 minus e to the negative t, then you are a charging graph. And this is quite napaka-interesting. Dito sa IL na graph, alam naman natin na in an inductor, the moment you turn this on, wala talaga siyang kuryente, but the moment 5 time constant arrives, your current is maximum. So we can really say na in an inductor at t equal to 0, ano siya, short or open? So because yung at t equal to 0, the moment you turn this on, wala pa siyang kuryente, nagsisimula siya sa 0 amps, then we can say na at t equal to 0, IL is equal to 0. So if IL is equal to 0, at the moment you close this switch, then it means na the voltage across this inductor is reflected as Vs. So VL is equal to Vs, that is at time equal to 0. But at time equal to 5 time constant, we know that the IL rises to maximum, Imax. And when the current is already maximum here, then we know that the VL will equal to 0 volt na. So, itong graph na ito, itong dalawang ito, isa ko rin nakikita na natin dito sa graph. Ayan. Yan na yung graph niya. So, at t equal to 0, IL is equal to 0 amps. Ito yan. But at t equal to 5 tau, IL rises to maximum. Ito yan. So in short, dito sa graph na to, we could also solve and reflect for the voltage across the inductor. So the voltage across the inductor at t equal to 0 is Vs. So ibig sabihin, we could say that this value is Vs. But at the moment the time reaches 5 time constant, that VL reaches to 0. So there is another graph here like that. So mayroon tayong graph ng VL na ganito. So if gusto kong malaman yung VL at any time during the time equal to 0 and so on, during the time you turn it on and so on, ano yung formula ko? So the VL is equal to the voltage source or the Vmax times, ano yung gagamitin natin? E to the negative t or 1 minus e, because nga in this time of turning on, in this time of charging current, there is actually parang discharging voltage or decaying voltage, so we can say e to the negative t over tau, and over tau, or that could be equal to Vs times e to the negative t r times time, or negative r times time over L. So we can still use this format here. Pwede rin, ganun. And hindi lang ito applicable sa inyong inductor, you could also apply it into your capacitor as well, no? So halimbawa dito sa capacitor natin, ito yung graph natin kanina sa charging ito na voltage across the capacitor at time equal to 0. But what if we will look at this capacitor at time equal to 0, but we will not look at the voltage across it, but what if current yung titingnan natin sa capacitor na ito? So tingnan natin, the moment we turn on the switch, as long as this is initially uncharged, when we turn it on, we know that the voltage there is 0. And we already have discussed kanina na the moment you turn this on, the voltage is equal to 0, the capacitor acts like a shorted switch. But at the end of the fifth time constant, the voltage there goes to max, so it acts like an open switch. So if I will plot the IC dito, I know na at time equal to 0, malalaman ko to na yung capacitor ko nagsushort siya at time equal to 0, so the IC there is max, no? So at time equal to 0, my current across the capacitor really is magiging Imax. Bakit Imax? Because nga at t equal to 0, yung VC ko is equal to 0. It acts like a short. So if it acts like a short, then the IC will be Imax. But at time is equal to 5 time constant, my VC goes to maximum or the source. So ibig sabihin, at that point, nag-open yung aking capacitor. Whatever is the voltage across this point is the voltage na masusukat to as Vs. So kung nag-open siya at time equal to 5 time constant, I know na may IC naman dun is magiging 0 ampere. So a graph like this is the graph for the VC. Makikita ko VC. I can solve that whatever time it is, no? I could use the formula VC is equal to Vmax or Vs times 1 minus e to the negative time over RC. Alam ko yan. Pero what if currently ipapahanap sa'yo during the time nag-on siya? So you can plot it. At time equal to 0, IC is Imax. Nandito siya. At time equal to 5 time constant, IC goes to 0. So nandito siya. So this could now be another graph. This could be the graph of IC. So see, I but in the capacitor. Kanina, V across the inductor din. So pwede na akong gagawa ng sarili kong formula because alam ko yung graph ko is decaying graph. So I know na pag e to the negative t, decay. 1 minus e to the negative t, rise. So because this graph is decaying, if I want to find any current across this or within this graph, then I could simply say IC is equal to Imax times e to the negative t over time constant RC. So see? That's the reason why mahirap yung transients, because if hindi mo alam kung ano yung nangyayari dito, you will probably memorize lang the formula. And the problem pa nun is nag-memorize ka ng formula pero hindi mo rin alam kung paano mo gamitin, because nga nag-memorize ka lang ng formula. But the fact na alam mo yung nangyayari sa kuryente and voltahe ng inyong capacitor and inductor, napakagandang palatandaan na yun na when it comes to problem solving later, hindi ka na mahihirapang hanapin kung ano yung gagamitin mo dapat na formula. Because you know na kung ano yung hinahanap. Voltage ba across that component? Current ba across that component? And if voltage across that component, ano ba yung behavior ng voltage na yan across that component at this particular situation? Is it rising? Is it decaying? So if we know that it is decaying, we can use the e to the negative time. If we know that the parameter being measured is rising, we can use 1 minus t to the negative time. So that could be our pinakamagandang paraan sa pag-approach. So, kaya nga whether charging, discharging ka, wala talagang problema dito sa transients. If obviously, naintindihan mo yung mga pangyayari. So, okay, so, pero lastly, how about if yung tanong is ganito? What will happen to the current across the inductor during you open the switch? Kaya nga, we will solve the IL during decay. So this is now your current steady state. Then when you open the switch, this current will decay. Pupunta dito sa 0. So to solve for that, alam natin decaying yan. So we will use this equation right here. So this will give us I max times e to the negative r t over L. So that is now your equation. And that still is IL. You see? IL is an equation. IL is an equation. The difference lang is this IL right here is charging and this IL right here is discharging. Okay. So now we will move on to resonance.